few YouTube videos. Yes, Danny.
Here he is.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Sorry we're a bit late, Danny. How are you doing this morning?
No, I'm good. Do you know, I went to see Elton John last night, and I tell you how good he was, right? I was originally meant to be going to a kickboxing class after this, and I'm going back to bed. I originally was meant to be keeping off the booze and that, but when you see someone like Elton, you think you've got to have a few sherbets, haven't you? You know, he was incredible. To be honest, I've been trying to keep myself fit. I was trying to lose a bit of weight. That's what it was. And you know when you need to lose weight when you're on the treadmill and your belly hits the emergency stop button.
Dear Lord.
So yeah, I mean, I might perk up after this interview. And
I can't say I've ever had that problem. I'm the opposite.
Really?
I want to put weight on.
Oh,
really? I wish I was like you.
Give it me. But people find it okay to tell me that I'm skinny, and I'm like, whoa, come on! I'm not going to tell you you're fat.
Yeah,
I know. That's the thing. But
Good
the thing is, when you live in a place like Hartlepool, where I'm from, if someone doesn't take the mick out of you, there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just the way we are, you know,
Yes.
and we're all very just brutally honest with each other. And obviously, as we all know, in this world, you can't be like that anymore, you know?
No, it's so refreshing, though. Let's give people some background, just in case they don't know. Danny, if you haven't already guessed, is a comedian. And you reached the sort of, I think, the end stages of Britain's Got Talent, didn't you? You became known for impersonating all manner of people. You're that bloke with the voices, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what my new DVD's called, That Bloke Who Does Voices. Yeah. See how I just slipped that in there?
I love it. I love it. Danny, I want to ask you a question about becoming so instantly and quickly famous as you did. How does that impact your life when you basically become famous overnight?
Well, to me, I looked at Britain's Got Talent. I wouldn't say it was I'm fair. I'd say I'm a comedian who works the circuit, who's reasonably well known. I wouldn't say I'm famous, but I think I looked at Britain's Got Talent getting the next step of the ladder, you know. But I think with a show like that, people should be prepared before they go on there, because it is just like, it does hit you as soon as you go on a show like that, you know, especially backstage, you know, because you have like producers telling you what to do and what not to do and what to say and what not to say. And especially when you're doing impressions, I mean, they were saying things to me like, don't do Johnny Vegas because he's not famous enough. When, as we all know, Johnny is one of everyone's favourite comedians. I mean, he was on Benidorm at the time. It fits in the demographic. You know, so I'm there shouting, you know, saying, yeah, it is really weird because they can be very controlling when you're on a show like that.
Yeah.
And I think if you've had a lot of experience in the business, then great. But if you haven't, I mean, when you're seeing kids go on there, you're thinking, wow, how are they going to be able to cope with it all?
I do worry. I do worry. Do you remember that little girl who kept breaking down? I've forgotten her name. And that was years ago. That was probably like within the first 3 series or something. But she was not even 10, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
It's not good, is it?
No, well, I talk about... To be honest, I talk about it in my book. It's called The Non-Essential Worker. Sorry, this is the last item I'm going to plug, right? Within the space of 5 minutes.
Mate, you're saving us a job. We'd plug it anyway, so don't worry.
Yeah, and I talk about it all, what actually does go on. I mean, there was stuff that they'd cut out from my first audition, because Simon initially didn't really like me, and him had a bit of back and forth going on. But it was like me dealing with a heckler in a comedy club where I won the audience over and he didn't like it. So obviously it's his show. So he just went, oh, we'll cut that bit, you know.
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that Donald Trump got in power, do you think that was something that helped you? Not in terms of... I was like a kid in a sweet shop when he came in. I was delighted. I mean, obviously you got Biden as president at the minute, but I mean, what I love about Joe Biden is he looks like your grandma trying to watch the telly when she can't find her glasses. Do you know what I mean? He's like you look...
Or ride a bike.
Well, do you know what I mean? It's one of them with Joe Biden. He shouldn't. He's just not. He hasn't got the cognitive ability to be a president. It's so sad to watch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I watch him and I feel sorry for him as well. Whereas with Donald Trump, you know, all his faculties are there, but he's just a brash, big, bold character, isn't he? You know.
Yeah.
And also with Donald Trump, when you do jokes about him, you know he can just take it. I mean, if you've watched the roasts over the years, you know. He's such a great character to do. I mean, the thing is,
the divide was real. The divide was real. People hated him. People loved him.
Yeah,
yeah.
Marmite.
But he loved that, though. I think he loved the fact that, you know, people, it's sort of like the Piers Morgan syndrome, isn't it? You know? But I mean, I actually, as a president, for me, Donald Trump was just great because obviously you got Trump, and obviously when I said Joe Biden looks like your grandma trying to watch the television, she can't find her glasses. Donald Trump looks like he's straining for a poo before he speaks, doesn't he? You look at Donald Trump's face, he's like this. You know, I'm going to say this is going to be so
I'll
huge,
never look at him the same way again. Oh my
God. I know. But yeah, and then it's weird with Trump because then you spin his hair around and you've got Boris, haven't you? You know. So obviously getting into Boris, he's also a very great character to do, and his arms are so independent of him to the point where he looks like he would be the worst darts player I've ever seen in my entire life. You know.
Oh my God! I literally cannot hear any of your Northeast accent in that. That's amazing.
Mad. But you know, that's a massive compliment as well because you know, there's a lot of impressionists who have some sort of thing. You listen to John Coleshaw, you know, and John's got this very thick Lancashire accent, doesn't he? You know. But it's the same with him. You hear him do an impression, you go, wow, you know, you should hear his accent coming through, but you don't, you know.
Is it quite an easy process for you? Or like, you know, I'm an actor and I'm more of a copycat. So if I spend time with an American, I can do an American accent, but I can imagine to be able to actually superimpose an actual person onto me, like must be a long process.
It can be. I mean, there's certain people who, I mean, I remember when I first heard Diane Abbott speak, a friend of mine said, you should do Diane Abbott because she's got such a distinctive voice. And what is with Diane Abbott?
Oh my God!
That you have to lengthen your words, but not only that, you have to make sure that your eyes are looking up. So you are looking for the answer that is clearly never there. You know, so there's...
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I would think that was Diana, definitely. No doubt.
You know, she blocked me on Twitter, you know. She blocked me on Twitter. The thing is, here's another thing, right? I got called a racist for doing that impression on Twitter, right? Now, I talk about this in the book as well, because that's one of the things I talk about in lockdown. Everyone was just brutal on social media.
Yeah.
And someone commented and says, racist. Now, I never normally reply to people on Twitter, but when it comes to things like this, I think, no, I'm not having that. Do you know what I mean? So I replied, I says, racist, how this says a white man impersonating a black woman. So I replied, all right, so you're telling me that I'm not allowed to impersonate anyone who's a different colour skin to me. They went, yeah. I says, well, you're the racist then.
That's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
That's ridiculous.
People try and bring racism now where it doesn't exist, and it's ridiculous.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And I speak as a mother of a half Jamaican child. That's just ridiculous. You should be able to impersonate whoever you want. I draw the line at like blackface or something like that.
Oh God,
that's a whole other story, right?
Get
out impersonation is completely different. Completely different.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite to impersonate?
Oh well, there's quite a few. Well, recently I've been starting to do Jordan Peterson, and what I love about Jordan is the fact that I do Jordan in my set, and if people don't know who he is, I basically look at them and I say, you don't know who Jordan is, and that's I'm cool with that if you don't know who Jordan is, but you're looking at me thinking that's a really bad impression of Kermit the Frog. Because he's got this sort of little sort of bits of Kermit the Frog in there, hasn't he? You know,
so it's picking a characteristic of these people, right, and working around it.
It is. I mean,
picking what? Sorry, Sonia.
Like picking a characteristic of them, of their voice in some way.
And I feel like if you do, it's the way you hold yourself. As soon as you looking up puts you into that mode, or doing that with your mouth puts you into Trump.
Yeah. It does, and I think it's certain people you look at. You've just got to get that hook. Once you've got that hook, you're sort of halfway there, really. I'm trying to think of a politician who I've done recently. I was watching Angela Rayner on the TV, and what I find of Angela Rayner is the fact that she sounds like she could possibly be a female Keith Lemon, you know, and that's exactly what it is, because obviously you've got Keith Lemon, welcome to Celebrity Joe, and then you turn it female and it is Angela Rayner.
Absolutely brilliant. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, can you do Frank Spencer, Danny?
Frank Spencer. Do you know what? It's funny because a friend of mine, God bless him, Paul Eastwood, he used to always say to me, "Can you do Francis?" And he's someone I never really, because he was sort of before my time.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll give it a little go. Betty, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the best I can do with Frank Spencer. I didn't realise there's people commenting on it as well.
Oh my gosh, yes, we've got a very. Oh yeah, they're loving it. They're laughing their heads off. Yeah, absolutely. Some of them are saying, "Do Sonia and Sean." Have you picked anything out about our voices?
I haven't really, no, but I'd have to listen to you more, because most people who I can do are people who I've spent a lot of time with. Like, I'm very good friends with Bobby Davro. So when I'm with Bobby, I talk to him all the time. It's dreadful, and he does this thing with his end quite a lot, you know. So you pick up these little things that your friends do, you know, when you spend a lot of time with them. It's sort of like a form of you kind of. It's funny because I wrote a film, right, and I'm trying to get it off the ground. It's called "Was It Something I Said?" And it's about a guy who ends up having this condition where whoever speaks to him, he speaks back to them in their voice.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get to the right bit. I've got a guy who's interested in making it. He's getting it funded and stuff like that.
Is it a comedy or?
It's a comedy and it's a drama, because you get to the point where you feel sorry for him, because he's getting himself into all kinds of trouble, and he's like, "I'm sick of this now. I want it cured." And I've got a great idea for the cure of how he's going to be cured, but I don't want to tell you too much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy Huey in the comments said, "I need this guy for a Monday morning." I get it. The thing is that being able to make people laugh is such a blessing, isn't it? In such a dour, you know, upsetting, depressing world, you must get a buzz out of that as well.
Do you know what? I look at laughter like it's therapy. You know, like I've got friends who've suffered mental health problems and stuff like that, and the doctors give them tablets. And I think one of the best things you can do for mental health is go to a comedy club or go to a comedy show, because what it does is it like to be honest, I'm having a laugh with you guys now. Like before I'd done this, I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a stinking hangover off last night, right? But now I've had a chat with you and I'm feeling good. I'm going, do you know what? I'm going to go to the gym after this, because a good conversation and a good laugh enlightens you and it picks you up and it makes you feel much better. And I just think it's the best natural remedy you can do. And when I see people laughing in the audiences, it makes it's better than anything money can pay for, you know?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, I need to laugh. We talk often about how serious this show is, but we also make sure to interject it with laughter because it's so vital. Otherwise, we'd just be going down, and that's not.
I know. Yeah, and you know, you must have had this yourself during the, COVID. You had I just had to stop watching the news because it was just getting to the point where I'm going, do you mean if I keep listening to this, I'm going to have a breakdown and I'm going to think, well, all my work's gone and I'm not going to be able to go out and do gigs or anything like that. You know, I mean, you had Rishi Sunak coming on, and to be fair, I quite liked him because he was the most articulate man out of them all, I think, you know. And what I love about Rishi Sunak is he's one of these people who came on and said, I will give you some money until you get your tax bill, then you will crap yourself, you know. That's what it was, wasn't it?
This is brilliant. Brilliant. Craig says, by the way, Danny, I couldn't find my seat at the Elton John concert. I'm still standing.
Lovely.
Go on, Craig.
Who put that? Tim Vine? That was like a Tim Vine gag, wasn't it?
That's Craig. It's Craig Campbell. He's one of our regular commentators. We do love him.
Brilliant.
Ask Craig, my Geordie is on fleek. I don't know. They're having a personal conversation here.
All right, okay.
Danny, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's really just great. It gladdens the heart. It really does.
It really
thank you, Nick, for putting us in touch with Danny. Nick is somebody, as I've said before, who frequently comes to me and says, oh, have you thought about having this person on? And then I go, yes or no. And when he mentioned you, I said, oh, that would be a blast. Yeah. So we really, really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining us, Danny, and have a terrific week. Go on, say what you want to end
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, and keep shows like this going because it's great for people. Do you know what I mean? We need free conversation. We need open conversation about everything these days because I'm sick of people being silenced. And if anyone wants to get me book, it's called The Non-Essential Worker. DM me.
Hold it up again, Danny. Come on now.
That's me book and me DVD. I'll tell you what I'll do. You can get a book for a tenner or a DVD for a tenner, or you can get 2 for 15 quid. I'm turning into Martin Lewis now. Right, there we go.
And where and how can they get that deal? Can you send
drop me a DM on my social media, or you can go to Steel City Press, which is the publisher, but just go over me directly. It's easier.
I'll tell you what, Danny, send me a link or something that I can put in description so that people can, so it can be a Rise kind of deal, a Rise special or something. Yeah,
I will do.
Danny Posthill official.
Wonderful, lovely to see and meet you, everybody. Danny Posthill, isn't he?
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
God bless you, darling.
Mate, have a great workout.